How I financially prepare for Beyoncé is similar to like how someone might own a home.
I started saving 10 years ago.
I basically reverse hacked the Ticketmaster system.
I do get kind of reckless when it comes to getting tickets for Beyoncé.
It's a lot of money, but I can't think of anything I would rather spend it on.
I'm going across the world to see Beyoncé.
She's coming. Mother's here. Let's budget for it. Let's save. Let's allocate for transportation. Let's allocate for different cities. She announced it. All cities.
All these things were all gifts. I'm not that vain.
I don't know if you guys can see it.
Australian superstar, there she is.
My name is Layla. I live in the Netherlands.
My name is Nick and I'm based out of Austin, Texas.
Jenna, I'm from Los Angeles.
Richie, I'm from Melbourne, Australia.
Okay, as you know, Beyoncé has officially announced the most expensive tour I've ever seen, Club Renaissance.
It's my money. I work hard for it. I can do what I want. I've been waiting so long to be able to afford to get so close to the Queen.
I call it the Beyoncé trust fund that I put aside. You know, every month I could put a bit, you know, 100, 200, $50 aside. So for that reason, I started saving 10 years ago.
I always have an account with at least $1,000 in it for Beyoncé because you never know when she's going to drop something or it's going to be big or she sells something or she goes on tour. So you really just have to be prepared.
I should have been prepared. There are other fans who have a Beyoncé bank account. I'm not like that.
Some people want to save for their financial future. I'm saving for Beyoncé.
I was able to freelance, but outside my work hours. So these are like my weekends and my free moments at night. Everything I got that's not towards my bills.
This is advice. I will fund it when I can. I'm not going to take out credit and get into debt for this at all.
I should have expected a tour coming, but when it dropped, I was like, okay, I need to get my finances together. Klarna is also a great friend of mine who can help you out if you don't have the money at the moment.
I really hate it when I see people say they're going to use their rent because it's really like antithetical to like my principle of saving.
I see bankruptcy in your future because you're really out here trying to be that girl.
Oh, Renaissance World Tour was not cheap.
The max that I was willing to spend on a single ticket was $1,000.
For the standing place, it was 87 euros.
Tickets for the full concert, 1,500 Australian.
I'm going to see her in the front row of the seated for $650. And then I'm in the Club Renaissance for $1,220.
For flights, it was $500 round trip. Hotels, another $1,000.
Flights were 1,800 return. Hotels 1,000.
Travel and flight was 300 euros.
And then maybe another $500 for outfit.
My outfit for both days, $500.
The look was 250 euros.
Beyoncé, you got to show up because everyone else is going to be stunting, especially in New Orleans, especially at the very last show.
Lord knows I'm going to drop a rack on the merch.
See, now that's one thing I will research is merch to see what you can get at the show and what you can just get online because the lines for that are so long and people are savage when it comes to this. Like they will step over you to make sure you get the hoodie in their size. Make sure you have cash to bring for the bootleg merch in the parking lot. They just misspell the word Beyoncé and you're like, I need this.
All in, I'll probably have spent $5,000.
About 6,000 Australian dollars I've allotted aside in total.
2,500. I don't think that's super crazy to go see your idol.
The total cost was about 550 euros.
I want you to go see B, but I don't want you to spend dollars if it doesn't make sense. My name is Mercedes Ariel, better known as Calculated Opulence, and I'm from Dallas, Texas. Girl, I just got tickets to see Beyoncé in Stockholm. This is what you got to do. I immediately knew that I was going to create content centered around going to see Beyoncé because I had seen her in 2018 in Paris. Our tickets were just under $100 on the floor. And so I said, okay, I got something for the girls. I teach people how to hack luxury. 6 of the international tour dates fall somewhere between a Monday and a Thursday. If you have limited PTO, I think you should choose a different location. I broke down to them the entire seating chart, different price points in different areas, what I thought your focal point needed to be based on what your budget was. 15 minutes before the tickets go on sale, request the temporary password, copy and paste that because that temporary password was good for 30 minutes. That alone helped so many of my followers. I had one girl that stopped me and she was like, I just want you to know that every girl in my section was there because of you. And she was like, it's 15 of us. And I was just like, what? It was crazy. The first people I met when I got off the plane were followers that I had from Brazil. Then the next people was 2 girls who were flight attendants, that were like, girl, you had us like, okay, Sweden. And it really just came down to people being like, Stockholm was never on my radar, but you made it so realistic for us.
To the left, to your left, anything you own in your back to your left.
The girls are traveling to see Beyoncé this summer. You need to figure out your transportation to and from the venue. We're here for a good time, not a long time.
I am not bankrupting myself to go see Beyoncé in America. I'm going to bankrupt myself abroad, okay? It's called priorities. Get some. Get some.
I'm based in the Netherlands. We went to Stockholm for the second night of the tour. We took the train to a different city. Then we took the train to Belgium. We had to take another train and then the bus to the airport. And then from the airport, we just had a straight flight to Stockholm. And then from Stockholm, we were able to take another train to the central station. And then from the central station, we were able to walk to our hostel, thankfully.
After the pandemic, Melbourne had one of the longest lockdowns in the world. And I thought, that's it. I really want to live my life and celebrate. Unfortunately, it landed kind of on the completely, I don't think you can get further. I'm going to Scotland, which is the other side of the world. So I'm going across the world to see Beyoncé. Actually, I broke my ankle a few weeks ago and I'm in a boot. So I was really upset that might impact my chance of going there because I got all standing tickets.
Almost 50% of the ticket sales for Stockholm were US ticket sales. That's never happened. I even met the head of Live Nation in Sweden and he was like, you're the girl. You're the girl. He literally told me we never intended of having a second date in Stockholm. That was never on our radar. Only 11% of the actual attendees from the concert were Swedish. When I was at the concert, every Black girl was literally like, girl, you. And I was just like, and it was cool because I got to be the Beyoncé of travel, and that made me so happy.
And I talk about Beyonce's show, don't bring nobody up. Ain't nobody comparing right now. The show was amazing.
She was truly insane. Look at the aftermath.
I am a changed person. I will never be the same.
The moment you see her, it pays off. Literally the moment she walks on stage and you see her silhouette and then you see her face, it's like, take the rest of my money, B. You want to be a bigger billionaire? You go, baby. Thank you.
The feeling you get of Beyoncé is coming, it kind of makes you throw everything out of the window. You have to get it together because for me, she's my favorite artist. I enjoy it to the fullest every time.
It's just something else to see a once in a lifetime talent.
This is the artist of my lifetime. Going to see her with my loved ones is just going to be the most incredible gift I could ever give myself.
Watching someone who is just killing it in every way possible, who's not afraid to work hard, it just motivates me.
Her music to me is the gateway to my emotions.
Her music and artistry has helped me go through really tough times, helped me connect with other Beehive fandom and kind of celebrate and be comfortable in my skin.
If she was just a sickening dancer, it would be enough. If she just was the most beautiful, that would be enough. If she didn't have the best voice, that would be enough. And then a master genius, creative, pulling all these bits of history and culture together. God took his time with Beyoncé.
Recordings don't do it justice. You got to be there. You got to be in the atmosphere, feel the goosebumps, as well as for me, I think connecting with the Beehive in person. I think that's really important, and I think that'd be great to do.
It just gives me so much joy to be part of a community of people who also really love Beyoncé and just want to show out, have fun.
The community is just so sweet and inclusive. All walks of life are present in the Beehive.
Her music has done so much for me. How can you repay that person who's literally been your idol, the keeper of all of your secrets that she doesn't even know? How do you repay her for that?
The song Other Side on it, the song was about grief And like my brother had just died the year before. I was just really struggling in my grief, and it really felt like Beyoncé was giving me the gift of peace and closure. It just reached me at a time that I really needed it.
We had such a great time. The amount of times our mouth hit the floor because we didn't know what was going to happen next.